The wind, a banshee's keening wail, whipped at Scarlett's face, its icy fingers carving paths across her cheeks. Snow, sharp and unrelenting, stung her eyes, each flake a tiny, frigid curse. Her breath, a fleeting cloud against the towering, snow-capped Andes, was a silent prayer for respite, for a moment of reprieve from the encroaching horror. Gripping her katana tighter, the cold steel offering scant comfort against the symphony of guttural moans that echoed across the desolate Patagonian plains, Scarlett fought to maintain her composure. The whispers were the true source of her terror, weaving a tapestry of torment around her. They spoke of forgotten names, of shattered lives, of a world consumed by a darkness they could not escape. The whispers were a siren song, a seductive invitation to join their ranks, to embrace the oblivion they so desperately craved. A woman haunted by a past etched in the scars of loss, Scarlett had sought solace in the remote wilderness, a haven from the memories that pursued her like shadows. But solitude, it seemed, was a luxury she could no longer afford. The horde surged from the shadows of the snow-dusted pampas, a grotesque assembly of decaying humanity. Their vacant eyes, milky white and lifeless, were pits of insatiable hunger. Their limbs, twisted and contorted, moved with an eerie grace, their ragged clothing tattered flags of the macabre. They were a testament to the brutal reality of death's embrace, a ghastly parade of the broken and the damned. Scarlett's heart hammered against her ribs as she scanned the desolate landscape. The endless plains stretched towards the jagged peaks of the Andes, a forbidding expanse that promised only a slow, agonizing death. There was no escape, no shelter, only the relentless whispers closing in, each one a chilling reminder of the horror that awaited. But Scarlett wouldn't succumb to the whispers. Not today. Not ever. Years of solitary survival in this treacherous wilderness had hardened her resolve. She was a survivor, armed with her katana and a bag of tools, her spirit as sharp as the blade she wielded. This was a fight for her life, a desperate struggle for the right to live another day. With a silent prayer, Scarlett charged into the horde. The katana, a swift and deadly dance in her hands, carved a path through flesh and bone. Her movements, fluid and precise, were born of years of solitary practice. Each strike a desperate plea for survival, a defiant scream against the whispers. The stench of decay was overwhelming, a putrid miasma that clung to her like a shroud. The horde's touch, cold and clammy, sent shivers down her spine, a visceral reminder of the horror she faced. But the horde was relentless. Their numbers seemed endless, their putrid breath a stench of decay that clung to her like a shroud. Their bodies, a macabre ballet of the dead, swarmed around her, a hungry pack of wolves closing in on their prey. The cold steel of her katana grew slick with blood, her arms burning with fatigue. Just as her strength began to falter, a sound pierced the chaotic symphony of moans. A distant engine coughed, its rumble growing with each passing second. A flicker of hope, fragile and uncertain, sparked within her. The engine roared to life, a beacon in the desolate darkness. A battered truck, its paint peeling and rusted, emerged from the snow-covered horizon. At the wheel, a man with weary eyes and a determined jaw, his face framed by a thick beard. He saw her, saw the horde surrounding her, and without hesitation, charged into the fray. The truck, a monstrous battering ram, plowed through the undead, their bodies scattering like broken dolls. He offered her a hand, his eyes filled with a silent understanding of her plight. "Get in," he said, his voice gruff but kind. "There's a place, a community, where you'll be safe. You're not alone anymore." As Scarlett climbed into the truck, the engine roaring, she looked back at the retreating horde. Their whispers, fading into the distance, were a chilling reminder of the horrors she had faced. But a new sensation filled her heart, a fragile ember of hope that had been rekindled amidst the desolation. She had survived, against all odds. And now, with the roar of the engine as her new symphony, she would find her way, not just through the ravaged landscape, but through the ruins of her own past. With a newfound purpose, a newfound strength, and a newfound hope, Scarlett knew she would never again be alone.